Hi, my name is Joy McPherson, and I'm a school psychologist with the Student Support Services Unit at the Division of Education, Research and Technology. I always knew that I wanted to work with children. It was understanding and seeing how there were so many challenges and knowing that there's another part to play beside just in the classroom teaching. I know academic journeys, the trajectory could be so different. Some persons know you go through school, you do your A-levels, you go to university, you know exactly what you want to become. My trajectory wasn't so straight. I attended Signal Hill Senior Comprehensive School and Scarborough Junior Secondary. And when I left at fifth form, I came out with 2 subjects. I repeated, I got 2 more. I did continuation classes with a new subject, I got it. I did my certificate in psychology. And when I got my results, I applied to UWI St. Augustine as a mature student. And I was able to do my bachelor's in psychology and a minor in international relations. I came back to Tobago, back into the service, obligatory service, which I believe in. And in 2010, got the opportunity to study as a school psychologist, doing my master's degree. One of the things we have to understand, tertiary education is not cheap. It is an expensive endeavor, but it's a worthwhile endeavor. I was able to benefit from my parents' sacrifice, as well as my own, because I was working in the public service, so I started saving. But what made it a little easier for me is when the Department of Advanced Training and Advisory Services, or what we know as DATAS, they contributed to my area of study. I remember coming up during the Christmas vacation and doing the process, and to be honest, the process was not a difficult one. It was a simple form that asked straightforward questions, asked you to provide documentation on this, because one of the things you had to give was your acceptance letter and all the documentation with your certificates, any financial support, any bills that you may have incurred. And I went through the process, and I think by the time January rolled around, I began getting my grant from DATAS. And it was able to help me with my living expenses. It helped me because I was able to put my head down and do what I needed to do in Trinidad without having the additional responsibility. My most satisfying moment is to see eventually these children change. But I love to see the smiles on these children. I had a student come up to me, he said, "Miss, you don't know what you did for me." And I did not work directly with this child, but we did a session in the class, and for him, it marked a changing point. In him settling down in school, doing what he had to do. He's at university now. Look, research, go online, search careers, look for things that interest you, ask questions, volunteer, give yourself options. It helps to inform your decisions. And to follow a career path is not a simple thing. You don't want to start doing law and then you realize in the middle of it, no, this is not what I want. I would not change anything. There were a lot of challenges as I went along. When I started my certificate program, in the middle of it, I lost my dad. When I was doing my bachelor's in Trinidad, I lost my mom. And I continued to persevere because I knew they would have supported me to the end. I would like to say thank you to a lot of people who've been a part of my journey. As I said initially, my mom and my dad. When I left to Trinidad to go to Trinidad, my brother and his family was there. Thank you, Den and Karen, and my studies in the US, my cousins. I had a strong support system. I cannot overemphasize that. You cannot do this alone. Having a strong support system is key. Mrs. Nimblet and her husband, Mr. Nimblet, they were key in my success. And most importantly, I thank God, because for Him, He was the one that directed me down this path. He's the one that helped carry me through to today. He's the one that I look to today to do what I do as a school psychologist in the Student Support Services Unit of the Division of Education, Research and Technology. And I want to say thank you to DATAS for the part you played in my success.